Hello, everyone, and good morning. Thank you so much for tuning into the show. And I'm here to tell you that if you enjoy the show in any capacity at all, maybe I'm funny, maybe I have good guests, maybe, I don't know, sometimes I'm interesting, whatever. If there's anything that you like about this show, please hit that follow button, that subscribe button, wherever you're listening. If you're on YouTube, make sure you like the videos, you subscribe to the channel, you comment, and you share. I am tired of working menial jobs and would love to speed up the process of making some money on this goddamn thing. So please like, comment, subscribe, share, tell everyone about us wherever you listen to the show. Follow it. Makes a huge difference. Thank you guys. Enjoy the episode. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in on this lovely day. I feel like you can't see as much of me as I want, but it's all right. We're making it happen. What's going on, guys? I've been taking this end of the year rush pretty well. I shouldn't say well, I should say seriously. That's the word I'm looking for. I've been taking it pretty goddamn seriously. There's only a few, what do we got? We're already in the middle of October, right? Then we have November, December. Done. Finished. New year. So right now, my biggest concern is trying to get some of these goals made and done and met. You know what I'm saying? So I've been doubling down on the ones that I've already met. I have a new thing over here, a calendar right in front of me that's actually going to be a large asset to me because I'm realizing that I'm forgetting shit because I have a bunch of ideas all the time and whatever else. I got this dry erase calendar because I would look in my planner and then I'd kind of forget about it or assume that I would remember. And then for a while I just don't look in the planner and I didn't fucking remember. So now it'll be in two places and I think I'll have broken it down to where when I'm putting shit in the planner, I'll make it a point to put it up on the board immediately. So that's been good. Back in the gym, I feel good. My back is holding up for now. I'm not doing anything crazy. But I definitely... It really is weird how we go through these strange ebbs and flows with things. Because for a while, I was like, wow, I don't want to go to the gym at all. This is like a burden. And now, as I'm like kind of just doing it, like, I'm not really thinking about it anymore. Just do. I'm just, like, getting up, getting out, and doing whatever the fuck I need, whatever I have scheduled for the day. And I feel good. Like, I feel like I'm doing shit again, We get in these ruts. Shit happens, But for whatever reason, toward the end of the year, I think it's because the way I work is backing myself up against the wall. And then having to fight my way off that shit helps for me. I don't know. I think a huge motivator for most of us is dire situations or stressful situations. So anytime you get in one of these harder to deal with life moments, all it does is get you ready for the next. It prepares your ass for all the hard shit that's going to happen in the next one. In the next moment. And as I mentioned in the last episode, at the end, if you got to it, the last solo episode, last Monday, I'm back in the comedy game. Yahoo! Stand up. It's lovely. I have a great fucking time doing it. And it's something tangible that I can see happening because I know that I'm putting in the work. Like, I know that when I do this podcast, I know I'm putting in the work when I'm sitting down and recording episodes. So when I'm going to these different open mics and scheduling them throughout the week, it's a big deal for me, for someone who, I don't know if you've ever heard, there's people who like sweeping or shoveling because you can see the mess come together, you know what I'm saying? You can see the pile of mass and you see the progress of it happening. I feel like I'm kind of one of those people. I like doing that shit. And I don't know. Having a physical thing up in front of me with all my... Because right now I'm looking at it. Next week I have, 5 spots planned if I can get to all of them. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but I got 5 of them up there. If I can get to 3, I'll be a happy fucking guy. You know? I've been going back and forth to Boston. If anybody knows the most cost-effective way to travel about Boston with a car, let me know. In terms of parking, like, shit's expensive. I got a ticket last time I was there, and I was doing Uber Eats out there, so it's like, you know, I'm making a little bit of money, but I'm using gas and whatever the fuck else. So I'm already, I'm spending money. I'm really doing the Uber Eats to pay for the gas, try to break even on the gas. But now I got to worry about parking, and it's like, oh, parking is such a bitch out there, man. What is going on in these big cities? Mean parking. The craziest shit I ever seen is in New York City. They don't have these in Boston, or maybe they do, and I don't know, they're hidden somewhere. But in New York City, you can like park your shit like on elevators, essentially, and they put it in these slots. It's crazy, the accumulation of stuff that everybody has and how many people there are. Like, being in Boston, I'm realizing, like, it's, some dense shit. Being from Rhode Island, it is, everybody lives close to each other. Everyone knows each other. It's a densely populated place. There's more people in Rhode Island than there is Montana, and Montana is the 4th biggest state by, size area. Or whatever, cover area. You know what the fuck I'm saying. It is crazy, but going to Boston, it is definitely a very, very different. Now, Providence has been on the come up for a little while. Providence looks, because I remember being a kid, we'd go to Boston and be like, wow, this is so much better. And it still is better than Providence, but the gap has closed a bit. Providence is pretty fucking trendy. People know about us. Businesses and pop-ups and art, and everybody loves that shit. Can't wait to leave, though. Can't wait to leave this motherfucker. Hopefully soon. And what's great is, now that I've picked up comedy, I have a little bit more of a roadmap that can give me a reason to go to New York City other than I just want to live there. That's a good enough reason. Like, I would do that too, and I was obviously going to. But once this, we're going to probably move, I had brought it up. Anything can happen. But we're hoping to sign a lease here for 1 more year and then be in New York City by what would that be, 2023? That would be fucking dope. And, I mean, comedy is rampant in New York City. So that would be ideal for me. Because this thing with me driving from here to Boston, because there's more mics in Boston, I don't mind doing it because I want to get up on stage. I want to, get time and work the jokes out. But it's a pain in the fucking ass, if I'm being honest. Like, it's expensive. I already just described to you everything. Not to mention, there's nowhere to park. When I go from, I try to do a mic in downtown Boston and then go to Somerville, but I haven't been able to do the Somerville one because everything there is permit parking. So if anybody can help a brother out, that would be nice. I hear that there's passes that you can get for certain parking garages, and you can park there and make it happen. I don't know. I would like to find out about that. And I will do my own research, but if you want to be a real fan and help me, the only person that matters in your life, the only person that truly gives you any sense of meaning in your life is me. We all know this. So please, give me a little advice. It's the least you can do. But no, man, it's definitely been a whole lot of fun. I'm thinking funnier now, if that makes sense. Like, I'm thinking about jokes, I'm thinking about funny twists on things and ideas and all that stuff. And I've already talked about how the podcast is a good way for me to do bits and kind of work the rant muscle and work just the speaking muscle. Because I'll tell you guys right now, I never thought in my life I would have I shouldn't say that. I should kind of recount that, because I said that the other day to my girlfriend, and I kind of rethought it, because ever since I was a kid, I liked doing presentations. I liked speaking. I liked being heard. There's times where I should shut up, and I don't. Those are, most of the time I do. Most of the time I'm good at not saying anything. But there are times where have something to say and it's not necessarily constructive, or it's not helping anything. You're just being a douche, or you're making a weird observation. But nonetheless, I was gonna say I never thought I would make, my speaking and my ability to speak. I never thought I would try and carve a career path out of that ability. But then I thought back. I'm like, I tried to be an advisor and a salesman. Like, that's still kind of my backup plan, if not the backup plan, like real far backup, real far, like a book in the library that nobody's taken out since 1982, which I did recently. Last Albert Camus book I took out, it was like 1985 was the last time someone took it out. I'm like, y'all missing out. This motherfucker's got some shit to say. But anyway, it struck me that didn't make sense. Like, in fact, it makes sense for me to try and make a living off of the way that I speak, because I guess I'm comfortable with it when there's a purpose. But that's also the thing with this podcast is sometimes I'm on here with a purpose to make you laugh. Sometimes I'm on here with a purpose to make you think about something, or to give you a recommendation, or, a story about my life, or whatever the fuck else. Sometimes I'm on here not to do anything. I'm just on here to talk and hope that you motherfuckers are listening, and maybe you find something out of it. Maybe you fucking don't. I don't know. But speaking with like a purpose, I feel is something that I've always been good at. But because in the past, and even still now, I have weird like social interactions when it comes to speaking. Sometimes I get in a really quiet mood around a real vibrant group of people, and I come off as strange or an introvert, which I guess is true. I guess is true about both those fucking things. I'm a strange introvert. Maybe that's why I become silent in moments of joy and happiness. I don't know. This is not a therapy session. But anyway. No, when I would have those moments, or I'd have those times where I felt like, damn, I didn't communicate well, or I was just weird. It was an awkward speaking moment. It was an awkward moment altogether. And I based those times on, whether or not I'm good at speaking. And it's a terrible, terrible thing. But I've realized it now that, ever since I was a kid, I've enjoyed speaking. Because even in my everyday life, when I just speak to people, it doesn't. If I end up talking about something that I'm doing, or something that I'm interested in, or something that we're both interested in, I can talk. Like, I'll keep talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got no problem with that. It's like small talk, or like those moments of, hey, how are you? How are you doing? And they want to go back and forth and, ask you questions and shit like that. And I get it, whatever. I try to do the same thing sometimes. But sometimes it's like, oh, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, please. I have a bit. I don't know if I probably spoke about it on here already, but I have a bit that I'm working on about how homeless people are some of the only people you can kind of ignore, like in a public setting, like socially. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're with your friend, you can't just ignore them. They're telling you something, you just don't respond, right? But you do that to homeless people. You know it's rude to do it to regular people, but we do it all the time to homeless people. It's like, it's easier, especially if you live in an area with a populated, an area with a populated area. No, if there's a lot of fucking people, you deal with a lot of people, it's like, oh, there's going to be a lot of homeless. You can't give them all the fucking time of day, you know what I'm saying? You got to just keep walking. Sometimes you just got to keep walking. And then you get good at it, right? The more you do it. At first, you were kind of timid, right, about denying people. You'd give them a little excuse. Like, no cash on, even though you had cash on you, which is worse, right? You're lying now. But, I don't have cash on you. I'll get you on the way out. And by the time you come out, the guy's gone. Or, you still don't get him on the way out. Sorry, I didn't get any change. I thought I had cash. It's just a big lying fest at first because you feel bad. You acknowledge them. And And if you were to ignore them, you kind of walk by and you look at the ground. You're like, oh, I feel bad, but I don't have the money, man. Now you get good at it. You live in a populated area for a while, Boston, New York. You stare them right in the eye. You know, no change. No change, sir. I'm sorry. Right in the eye. It's great. You get pretty good at it. I don't know. There's no retaliation. Usually there's no retaliation for most people. You can ignore the shit out of them. And their reaction is usually, normal. They don't do anything. They're cool, So when you think about it, it's really all their fault. It's really entirely their fault. There couldn't have been any outside, a system. I mean, they were put in a pretty good system. Many of them fought for the most prestigious military in the world and have only themselves to blame, The environments where a lot of homeless people grew up in were probably pretty good. I mean, it's hard to explain, but it's the truth, But anyway, homeless people. That, I don't know why I ended up talking about that. I have no idea. Anyway, what else is going on in my life? Working, new job, left the other place. I haven't spoken about them yet because they kind of listen to this. But, no, I mean, everyone there is cool. Everyone there that I worked with is cool. I like all of them. But the owners don't know what they're doing. The owners are like kind of idiots. But it is what it is. They're not restaurant people. They just kind of bought I should say they're successful business people. We can totally say that. But when it comes to restaurants and bars, they're pretty much brain dead. They're pretty much on the wrong end of the spectrum when it comes to owning a bar or a restaurant, for that matter. I mean, they try to do both. It's tough. It's a tough business, and if you don't have experience in it, I mean, good luck. You see it all the time. My favorite shows are the ones of restaurant people that don't know what they're doing and fucking, what's his name? My God. John Taffer comes into the bar at Bar Rescue, and Gordon Ramsay at Kitchen Nightmares. I like The Prophet. That's another one where it's just businesses in general, failing businesses, and he comes in, and that's some of my favorite shit to watch, man, I don't know why. Maybe it's the comeback story, It's the comeback. Because some of these places, I mean, most of them close. After the show, they're able to get a little bit of money because of the show, and people come in and they might do good service for a little while, but they kind of just, in my mind, it seems like they do it just to get out of debt and out of bankruptcy and pay everything off, and then they're like, all right, sell the business, make some kind of profit. I think that's what the show is for. Because think about some of the places you go in. Gordon Ramsay is obviously an incredibly successful restaurateur. He knows how to deal with all different levels of restaurants. But as soon as that motherfucker leaves, all the good shit he told those people to do, they don't give a fuck. They don't care as much as you. And they don't care as much as, the people who work there don't care as much as the people that work for you, because those motherfuckers are making some money. Those motherfuckers are getting paid. They are well trained. They know everything inside and out, front of house and back of house. There's going to be no fuck ups in a Gordon Ramsay fucking restaurant, Gordon Ramsay run restaurant, and the people are going to get paid handsomely for it. If you work for Gordon Ramsay, even if you're front of house, back, it doesn't matter. You're getting paid. As soon as you leave Joe's Clam Shack, those motherfuckers are going to say, what? $12 an hour and we got to do all this shit? Eat a dick. Fuck you. We're not doing that. Front of house, they want us to do what? Same thing at the bar rescue. The bar, they want us to do what? They want us to clean all the time? They want us to, oof, God. What did we make last night? What was our... Oh, I made $30. Oh, okay. Right. Good luck. Good luck motivating that guy to get behind your business. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what it is. That's the reality of it. That's why being an owner is hard as shit. Like, how are you going to be, or being a boss of a place, you know? You could be an owner and be a part owner and kind of be on the outskirts. You still don't want to lose money. You want them to know what the fuck they're doing. But you just tell the boss what to do. Hey, boss man, I don't like the way this guy's working. Let's train him or get rid of him. This guy, whatever. You kind of delegate. But as a manager or as a, intermediary between owner and employee, good luck. Good luck. I am so uninterested in becoming anything that involves with, being a manager. If anything that I grow gets to a point that I need a manager, I'm going to get one. I'm not going to do it myself. Like, fuck all of that. I have no problem shilling out to a manager who knows what the fuck they're doing. A professional, you know what I'm saying? Someone that knows what the fuck they're doing. Someone that we can talk to and we can care about, or we care about the same goal. We agree on that shit. And we can agree that you get paid, you're going to get paid handsomely for this, but I expect this. Because I need to get paid handsomely off this motherfucker too. Because I am the owner, bitch. I own it. Owner's cool. Manager, boss, tough. You know what I'm saying? That's tough. To do both. I mean, sometimes, small businesses, sole proprietorship, something tiny. You could totally do that, There's guys that they just run their own little shop. And I mean, that's cool if I'm being honest. If it's just you, like, I feel like, I don't know, owning like a gas station by yourself in some butt-fuck town. Like, I feel like that's kind of cool, right? I'm also not a cool guy, but no, I don't know. I feel like it's doable, but once you have like all these moving parts, like a fucking restaurant, like if you have a bar, right? If you got a tiny goddamn bar, a small bar, it's got just the bar inside, and it's like 12 seats, which is, decent size. But I'm saying the bar itself, it's got 12 seats. Motherfuckers play pool. There's, food that gets delivered or something. You don't got to worry about it. Easy. Or it's you and one other guy. One guy does the kitchen, you do the front. Bang. You guys are the owners. You guys reap the benefits. You don't got to pay nobody. It's great. You can do it. That's cool, too. I think that's a cool fucking thing. I love... one thing that I do like about Providence currently is all these pop-ups. Like, I feel like that shit is dope. Like, Caroline did one, which is fucking sick. It's cool. She should do another one. She talks about it all the time. Maybe, she'll do it eventually. But that shit is cool because you could just put that shit on for, a month, 2 weeks, a week, a few days, one night. And that shit is dope. You can kind of do it alone. Some people can do it alone, depending what you're doing. You can do it on a small scale. I love that people are doing like commissary kitchens where you can like hit them up on social media or something, and they make the food somewhere, and you meet them, and they come out. Like, I feel like that's sick. Caroline and I did one. We kind of got a little burned, but it's okay. It's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's all right. We did it to try them. It was some birria tacos, which... Fuck, I kind of want them. Trying to limit the money spending. I'm finishing up The Richest Man in Babylon, which I would recommend to people who want to know more about personal finance, and kind of don't know much now. You know what I'm saying? If you're like financially illiterate, start with this book. Like, this is a great way to start. The premise of it was written in like 1936, so it was post-crash. into... Or no. I'm sorry. I think it was written right before the crash. I apologize. It was written right before or right after. Who the fuck cares? It was written right around that awful time of that incredible generation of Americans during the Depression and during World War II. 2 consecutive fucking catastrophes. Those people were a different cut above us, definitely. But nonetheless, the book was written then, and it's very basic personal finance principles, some that you may have heard of, but maybe not fully grasped, maybe not got the idea behind. And in the book, it's called The Richest Man in Babylon because it's a fictional story or a fictional collection of stories that takes place in Babylon, the ancient civilization, which at the time was known as the richest civilization. And they follow certain rules and certain ideologies regarding personal finance and what you should do with your money and how you should break it up and whatever else. And breaking it down in a story like that really, really makes it seem possible because you're kind of getting characters. You know what I'm saying? People can say, all right, save this much, do this, insurance, yeah, and they say it, right? But if you kind of get a story, if you get a fictional or non-fictional story, it really kind of personalizes it and makes it seem like you yourself can do it. Just like, the famous book, If I Did It, right? You read that, you're like, hey, I can totally kill 2 people and get away with it. It's possible, right? I haven't read that one. It, I don't know. I don't know if I feel okay with buying that book. Like, I feel like the FBI agent or the CIA agent that is in charge of my file and looking at shit is just going to find that. He bought that. Why did he buy that? Like, there's people who bought... I mean, how many books are sold? There has to be. Where's my phone? I want to see how many copies of If I Did It has been sold. I feel like it's going to be like a staggering amount. Because people are curious. I mean, I'd be a little curious if a guy that killed a person wrote a book, If I Did It. Killed 2 people and got away with it. Let's see. How many copies? Where is it? How many copies of If I Did It were sold? I feel like it's going to be a lot. 68,000 copies. Okay. That might not be huge. Wait a second. Is a future fixture on bestseller list. The book? 68,000. I don't know how many. There's 400,000. Wow, okay. So there was 400,000 printed copies were recalled for some shit. I don't know. But anyway, that's a 68,000 people bought that book. It's about to be 68,001 because motherfuckers are interested. But I got to get it as a gift. And also, you're kind of, he's getting money off of it. It's like a residual thing. I mean, he's a cheapskate, right? Because when he kidnapped the guy, he wanted his memorabilia back. He probably wanted to get some money off that. Right, he's about his money, OJ. He might have killed 2 motherfuckers, but he's about his bread, if anything. Nonetheless, guys, Richest Man in Babylon. Very good book. I recommend it if you want to learn more about personal finance. If you don't know shit about personal finance, if you don't know shit about something, learn about it, goddammit. Even if you don't care. Force yourself to care. Switch the other shit off. And manipulate your brain into caring about shit that you never, ever cared about before. Do it. Just do it. I mean, that's kind of what's been done to us, right? We never cared about vaccines or small businesses or, we never cared about any of that shit. Now we've been forced to. Masks, pick sides. We've been forced to pick sides. How crazy. Any goddamn way. We're going to be wrapping this thing up, guys. I've been ahead of schedule with the podcast, which has been great. This board, it's brand new in my life. I've never had one. I've been a big advocate for planners, but I've never had a whiteboard. It's been great. I love it. And it's kept me ahead of schedule with the podcast, which is good because I got an idea for the 30th into the 31st. We might do a episode then, the Halloween episode, come out on Halloween. So that could be happening. And then I already have some episodes planned in November. And there's one other thing that I was going to say about having that. Yeah, I mean, I'm just ahead of schedule. It's pretty cool. I like feeling that way. Oh, and in Christmas, around Christmas time, we're going to be doing some special stuff then. No giveaways. I know I've been talking about giveaways for months. I talk about a lot of shit for months, okay? It takes me time for me to nail it down and goddamn do it. But we're going to do some extra shit on Christmas. We're going to try and, I don't know, do something cool, something different that we didn't do last year. You got to switch it up. You got to make a move. You got to make it happen. I don't give a fuck. That's it, guys. Make sure you follow the show wherever you listen, wherever you do whatever. Now it's going to be at the beginning and the end of these motherfucking things. So get ready to hear me say it twice. So nice, I said it twice. Make sure you follow the show. Follow me. Links in the description. obsessiveaggression.com. Let me make a little money off that goddamn thing, right? Let me go ahead and do that. And that's it, guys. I'm done talking. So long. Have a great rest of your week. Talk to y'all Thursday. Peace.